Factor Zero practice test. So we're going to get started. We're solving for x, and this is just a two-step. So 18 x is equal to minus 18. X is equal to enough time to plug that back in that idea. So the inequality, we're just solving this one. We are not graphing this one. So we start by subtracting 10. Have negative 4x is greater than 46 minus 10 is 36. Divide both sides by negative 4. Sorry, it doesn't look like a 4. You end up getting x. 36 divided by negative 4 is negative 9. But remember, when you divide by negative, you have to flip your sign. So this one actually ends up being x is less than negative 9. What is the solution to problem n of this? So again, variables cancel. What is your solution going to be? One equal to 10. Is equal to true. So that's all my numbers. The inequalities. Be careful with this. It's greater than 18. And 22 is not less than 22, so this is no solution. Be careful with that one. If it had an equal to sign with it for number 6, then it would be all real numbers, but it doesn't have that line under it, so it's no solution. Intercept form is y is equal to mx plus b equal to. If you put negative 8, live with that, but you're going to want to get in the habit of putting the minus 8. So the next one, we're factoring this one, so we're just taking out a greatest common factor. So between the 8 and the 12, the greatest common factor is 4. And then we have x to the third and x squared. We're taking out the highest exponent, or sorry, the lowest exponent is x squared. So we're taking these and we are dividing both these by 4x squared to get what's left in the parentheses here. So the way I do it, 8 divided by 4 is 2. And then this is the way I do my variables. I had 3 x's. I took 2 of them out. So how many do I have left? 1. 12 divided by 4 is 3. I had 2 x's. I took 2 of them out. So we don't have any x's left. So we are just left with this. Now again, backwards, beat that 4x squared. 4x squared times 2x is 8x to the third. And 4x squared times 3 is 12x squared. Following for the system. So first one is something 3x minus 4 times x plus 7. Okay, so that whole thing is for your y. 15. So make everything minus x minus 8 is equal to 13. Terms minus 8 is negative 5. We'll forget that. Equation is 28. Negative 13 plus 28 is 15. By negative 5. You get your x to be negative 3. That's and the easiest one. Sub it back to this first one. There's negative 3 plus 7 plus 7. My y is equal to 1. You can also put ordered pair. Again, put your answer in, but make sure you know how to go back and forth because multiple choice will probably be ordered pairs. You can erase some of this and have some room. This is going to be my x's are both the same. So if you would add these together right now, you get 6x plus 6y is equal to negative 12. That's not going to help you because we have two variables. So we need them to cancel, so it's nice. So it doesn't matter which one. I'm going to do the bottom one. Again, whatever one you decide. And then rewrite my equations organized. So 3x plus 2y is equal to negative 2. Then when we multiply by negative 1, it's negative 3x. Then negative 4y is equal to positive 10. Everything gets multiplied by that negative 1. Those cancel. We end up getting negative 2y is equal to positive 8. Divide both sides by negative 2. I get my y to be negative 4. Once you have that, plug that back in to find what your is. Again, doesn't matter which equation. I'm going to do the first one. So I'm going to have 3x plus 2 times negative 4 is equal to negative 2. That's 3x minus 8 is equal to 4. Add 8 to both sides. We have 3x is equal to 6. Divide both sides by 3. You get your x to be 2. So again, if you put your answer like that, that's fine. Multiple choice will probably have them as an ordered pair. So whichever way you want to do it, doesn't bother me at all. Just make sure you're showing your work. So I start out with the x we talked about. The top is 1 is negative. So again, we're looking for 2 to be the top to add up to be the bottom. So I bracket with this if I can't think of it. So I have 1, 2 doesn't work, 3 and 7, 4 doesn't work, 4 is not a factor, 5 is not a factor. So we're back to 7, so we know we're done. Once we get to those problems, those numbers on this right-hand side, we're done. 3 times 7 does add up to 20. But 3 plus 7 is positive 10, not both of these. And when you do that, so negative 3 plus negative 7. Shortcut. Or I guess I should early is what I should say. This next one, graph that line. I make that a plus and put my negative with my numerator. My y-intercept is 5, and then my slope is down 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's my point. So that is my line. And again, one way to check really quickly, as you go from left to right, if it's negative, it slopes downward. If it's positive, it slopes upward. So we know we at least have a negative slope. So that's a good way to at least double check that a little bit. $13. So we're going to use it by itself. So terms x 24 is plus 4x. From there, again, there's 4 different things. Add 10 to both sides, that works. Subtract 25, subtract 4x. I'm choosing the 4x. You don't have to, like I said. You can plug it back into all the x's here. You get 2 things that are actually equal to the right hand side. They're both the same number, essentially. It's a better way to think of it. This 2-step equation, subtract 2. I have 8x is greater than 32. Divide both sides by 8. I get x is greater than 4. Form, that means we have the x first. So by itself. So side, we have a negative 4x plus 2. And to get rid of that 6, we divide everything by that 6. Step we need to remove. We divide both by 2. X and 30 divided by 6 is the equation. The x my x first for that. My negative 2. Y is equal to negative 8 divided by negative 2 is positive 4x. 22 divided by negative 2 is negative 11. So 4x minus 11. Okay, so I'm going to graph this first one. Do this a couple times just to make sure that my intersection is the right area. I'm going to make blue. This is your slope. X is negative 4x, which is down 1. So now you can see that there. By 3 is negative. During this trinomial, I like to start with that x. My last number, 1 times 35 is 35, and my middle number is 12. So two numbers that multiply to be 35 to be 12. 1 and 35 work, obviously. 2 doesn't work. 3 does not work. 4 doesn't work. We're back to 5. 5 and 7. 5 does work. And then 6 doesn't work. And then again, 7. We're back to 7, so we can stop. Or we're back to that right-hand side, a number that we have over there. So the two numbers that add up to be 12 are 5 and 7. They're both positive, so we end up with x and plus 7. So when we add these together, my x's cancel. We'll set up really nicely for that. So that's 6y is equal to 12 minus 24 is 6. By 6, I get y is equal to 6. Find my x. Again, I have 3x plus 4 6, negative 12. Both sides. 3x is equal to, divided by 3, x is equal to 4. And last but not least, I'm going to solve a substitution. Now they're both. Plug it into the y one, so you end up with negative x plus 4 on the left, because that's where that y is. Negative 8x minus 24. So, things you can do first, I'm going to go ahead and add 8x to both sides. Then I'm going to subtract 4. This should be 7. Subtract 4 from both sides. Sorry, I was double checking my answer key and I did this one the opposite way on my answer key. So divide by 7, we get x is equal to negative 4. So that's my x value. Then to find your y, plug it into. It should be pretty easy. I'm going to do the second one. Which is 8. So you get negative 4, 8 for that one. All right, obviously, if you have any other questions, make sure you're asking. And again, just remember the test is very, very similar to this. I think there are 3 extra questions on this practice test than there are on the actual test. But everything that's on the test is on here somewhere in some shape.